What can we say about the past season for the Gunners? They didn't win the Premier League title, but boy did they give it a good go. It's one that they came so close, yet fell at a crucial moment. It's one season that all Gooners will remember for a long, long time, and they will perhaps remain with the questions of what if? In what was a third full season for Mikel Arteta at the club, the Gunners shocked everyone, including their own fans. For the first time in 19 years, the London club genuinely went for the Premier League title, and they were the favourites going into the last month of Premier League action, but they came up short. And looking back, squandering leads against Liverpool and West Ham, and a shock draw against an otherwise wretched Southampton cost them. 3 draws in a row followed by a 4-1 humbling at the Etihad against eventual winners Manchester City totally sunk their dreams. There is something to build on, though, going into the 2023-24 season, right? We said in one of our earlier videos that if the Gunners were to mount another title challenge or even battle with the big boys in the Champions League, the summer transfer needed to be huge. And yes, the Gunners have made statement signings as they hope to build on this past season. A defender, a midfielder, and perhaps another forward were some of the key targets, and Arteta has done impressively well. Declan Rice, Kai Havertz, and Jurrien Timber have all arrived at the Emirates, leaving a hole of £200 million in the Gunners' transfer kitty, and you have the feeling there will be more arrivals as they sought to bridge the gap with City. Rice was the Gunners' top target, and a single glance at the midfielder and you understand why Arteta was desperate to snap him ahead of Arsenal's rivals. In fact, it was either Rice or nothing, and the England international will transform the Gunners' midfield. The 24-year-old is an all-round central midfielder and possesses outstanding leadership qualities, 2 things the Gunners desperately need. He has shown what he can do while at West Ham. His 63 interceptions in the Premier League last season was the highest in the league, and highlights the midfielder's ability to read the game and break opposition attacks, which could be invaluable for the Gunners. He will increase the Gunners' power and ball-winning potential whenever they are out of possession, and they build attacks. His technical quality and ability to drive forward will suit the Gunners' style of play. Aggressive, mobile, and spatially aware, the Englishman is a proven ball winner. He is expected to slot into Arsenal's defensive midfielder in their favored 4-3-3 setup, but can also fit brilliantly into the box-to-box midfielder, operating on the left side of the pitch, which could be mainly during toughest fixtures. He definitely adds a new layer to the Gunners' defensive work. Havertz, just like Rice, was one of Arteta's top targets when it became clear that Chelsea could be willing to let him go. Many were not and still remain unsure of the German's suitability in the Premier League, having failed to live up to expectations during his stint with the Blues. But this could be the perfect ground for the former Bayer Leverkusen man to thrive. He is physically strong, elusive, and a masterful technician who can fit into Arteta's style of play, particularly in that deeper role. He might be used as a number 10, playing alongside Martin Odegaard, and for sure, he could prove to be the perfect foil for Gabriel Jesus in the attack, same way Bergkamp was to Thierry Henry in that memorable Arsenal side. There's no doubt William Saliba and Gabriel formed an enviable partnership at the heart of defense last season, but an injury to the Frenchman saw Gabriel massively regress alongside Rob Holding, whose future is unclear. Saliba's back injury left them exposed at the back, and since it's starting to look like a long-term problem, Arsenal needed a centre-back with quality to replace Saliba, and they settled on a promising youngster in the name of Timber. He has been playing at the top level for years now, and you wouldn't believe he is just 21. At such a young age, he has real wealth of experience at the top-level European competitions as well as international level, with 15 caps for Netherlands. He can play predominantly at centre-back, but has in a number of times played at right back and even as a defensive midfielder. Also, he is an elite distributor and extremely comfortable while in possession. He perfectly embodies the modern centre-back who is excellent on the ball, with an eye for a great pass, and possesses the ability to bring the ball out from the back at pace. He is for sure an exciting youngster who can lift the crowd at the Emirates. Speaking of the Emirates, the Gunners offered their fans unforgettable moments at home last season, and the new season offers them the chance to replicate last term's near-perfect start to the campaign. Arteta's boys start the campaign with a home clash against Nottingham Forest, before London derbies against Crystal Palace and Fulham. After that, though, they embark on a tricky run of fixtures, which includes matches against Manchester United, Tottenham Hotspur, Chelsea, Manchester City, and Newcastle, who will all be chasing a Champions League spot on the very least. Last season, the Gunners won their opening 5 matches, and it set them nicely on the right path as they chased the title. They will be hoping a repeat of the same, but the opening fixtures could prove to be tricky. Then there's the small matter of Champions League football. Did we say small? Never mind. The Gunners returning to Europe's biggest stage in club football means more games, with the first match coming just before the first North London derby in October. They did a double over Spurs last season, but this will be the first time the two sides meet with Ange Postecoglou in the Spurs dugout. Arsenal were on top of the table at the start of November last season, but with this season's opening fixtures looking tough, the results of the first 10 games, which will run up until November, will determine whether or not they can repeat similar feat. Perhaps that's why they would need further strengthening, despite having patched up the side early on in the transfer window. Thomas Partey has been linked with a move away from the Gunners, with Saudi Pro League a possible destination. This will leave a gaping hole in Arsenal's midfield, considering Granit Xhaka, despite improving immensely this past season, was allowed to leave, joining Bayer Leverkusen. Southampton's Romeo Lavia has been mooted as a potential replacement for the Ghana international, even though the Gunners will face stiff competition from the likes of Liverpool and Chelsea, who are also out to improve their teams after dismal performances last time out. Arteta has made Arsenal believe again, and thanks to the board backing him with key signings, it seems a matter of time before they finally claim their spot at the very top of English football. The Spaniard came close to achieving the impossible last season, and he still has another chance in the 2023-24 season. He will, however, need to know how to deal with Manchester City, who beat the Gunners both home and away. Only once since 2009 have then-champions lost home and away to the runners-up, and that was Leicester City, beaten home and away by the Gunners themselves in 2015-16. If only Arsenal won one of their meetings against City, maybe things would have turned out differently. Now for Arsenal to kick on again, a Champions League spot remains their first target, and if the title does remain elusive, a cup win would be massive as Arteta seeks to further create a winning culture of yesteryears. A 5-0 win over Wolverhampton on the final day of last season could have been the day Arsenal's 19-year wait for the EPL crown came to an end, but it was never to be. The Gunners will be hoping that this time, when they host Everton on May 19th, it will finally be that day they celebrate their hearts out for achieving what they have waited for 2 decades. What do you think of Arsenal's chances of winning the Premier League next season? Let us know in the comments.